Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Balzer. I'm a Microsoft Learning Delivery Specialist here for the state of New South Wales, and welcome to What's New in EDU. Now, if you have any questions about this session, feel free to use those contact details that you can see on the screen right there, especially my Twitter tag @AlphaBowser if you want to follow the latest and greatest updates, or you can email me any questions privately, v-abowser@microsoft.com. I'm very excited to jump in and show you what is new in EDU. But first, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land in which we meet today. Also like to acknowledge the role of elders past and present and their future importance to Aboriginal Australia. Now, I have a lovely little agenda here for you for our What's New in EDU. We've kind of divided this up into four main topics. We're going to start off with many updates for everyone's favorite productivity app, Microsoft Teams. And where possible, I'm going to try and do some live demos just to show you how some of these updates take a hold where possible. Of course, I can't do that for every single one, but I will do my best. We're going to have a look at some Microsoft Office updates because we all know that we love our productivity suite, Microsoft Office. So I'm going to show you some cool tips and tricks that you may not have seen. If you have seen them before, hey, what a great refresher for 2022. Then we're going to roll on over into Minecraft Education Edition. I'm going to show you some cool things that have come with the latest edition of Minecraft Education Edition. Of course, we'll finish up with some miscellaneous updates, some bits and bobs that you may not be aware of to help you kickstart 2022. Now, I only have 40 minutes, so I'm going to try and fit all of this in 40 minutes or less. And if you're looking for the websites or resources associated with some of these updates, I'll see if we can have those links on hand by request or even pop up on the screen as we go through. No promises, but we will see, and we will ensure that you do get additional information about some of these updates if you are looking for them, and I'll also reference some of these updates. So let's see how we go to show you the latest and greatest and what's new in EDU, and we're going to kick it off with the lovely Microsoft Teams. So again, I'll be jumping in and out of this presentation because I'm a kinesthetic and visual learner. So I'm going to try and show everybody how you can find some of these features and how to put them in practice as we go through. So let's kick it off with the Integrated Communication Access Real-Time Translation, otherwise known as CART. Yes, CART captions are now in Microsoft Teams, which is a fantastic inclusive and accessibility option that you can enable with your meetings, okay? Which is really exciting because we have automatic captions that you can turn on for your Microsoft Teams meetings, but now you can actually turn on CART meetings. Now I'm just going to bring my lovely little window across right here and show you how to access that CART feature. So when you're making a brand new Microsoft Team meeting, okay, let's say I'm making a meeting right here and I'm going to call this the CART demo. Okay, so I need to open up my meeting. Going to go down to the meeting options that you can see just down the bottom there. And then as you're customizing your meeting options, you can see provide CART captions. You can turn that on or off. We also have content from camera, which is very exciting. You can capture your content from Microsoft Teams, physical content that is, so from a whiteboard or from a picture, and you can actually put that into Microsoft Teams itself. So I'm just going to turn my camera off for this demo. I'm going to join my very own meeting called Document Camera, and up in the top right-hand corner that you can see, when I go and share a document, you will see the new Content from Camera button, okay? By clicking that button right there, you can share 3 types of content to your Microsoft Teams meeting: a whiteboard, a document, or a video, and select the content from the choice that you have right there, and that will run you through a series of prompts. So that's how you can share content from the camera. And as you can see in this lovely little GIF, this is exactly how you can find and access that document and content camera. Microsoft Loop. This is very exciting, right? This allows you to create live collaborative components that can be edited in real time by your colleagues, right? So if you think of a situation when you're in a Teams meeting or within a group meeting remotely, generally the way that we collaborate is by opening a document, creating a table, whether it's in Microsoft Word or Excel, and then we collaborate in that space. But now using Loop components, you can actually collaborate right in the Teams message itself and have multiple users assisting with that collaboration. It enables you to edit messages inline to avoid a long back and forth chat. Let me show you how to do that one as well live, besides this lovely little GIF. So I'm just going to shrink this and go into my Microsoft Teams yet again. And I'm just going to open up a message that I've been speaking to myself in. All right. Hello, Andrew Balzer. Hey, me. And down the bottom, when you do have Microsoft Loop enabled or live components, you actually see it just down the bottom here. It looks like a square within a square within a square. Lovely symbol. And if I click that live component, these are all the live components that you can actually utilize for collaboration, which is really cool. So bullet point list, checklist, numbered list, paragraphs, table, and task list. Now, let's just say I want to make a new task list, and I'm going to call this, let's go, Edu Day to-do list. Okay. I can literally go make PowerPoint. Okay, and this second one's going to be make a video, and I can tag different attendees. So I'm going to tag my other account, myself, okay? Select a due date. Now, anyone else within your group chat or within your Microsoft Teams chat can come in this space and work collaboratively, and you actually see where the little cursors move around. It will show you who is editing in this live component live, which is really, really cool. It is a fantastic feature. And you can also change the permissions on who can edit and who can read and all sorts of wonderful things. And then you can even pop this out into its own website or edit the live component on the mobile device. So there's plenty of Microsoft Loop components that you can use there. I'm finding it to be really, really handy when you're collaborating with your peers, even collaborating with students. Do check that one out. It's a very clean and very easy way to start collaborating with everybody. So that is a Microsoft Loop. Check out the square within the square within the square in your Microsoft Teams. Have a bit of a play and get the collaboration happening in real time. One of my favorite updates have landed. Feeling monsters. I was about to say reflect. It is reflect, but it's feeling monsters. Now, you've probably heard of our social emotional learning application called Reflect, which is available for staff and class teams. But now we're even doubling down on that by adding feeling monsters, which makes it even cute and fun and very enjoyable to reflect on your social emotional learning. So you can see here this lovely picture that I have. I was going to say monster, but let's say picture. And it allows students to become more engaged. Even staff, I'm finding, like feeling monsters. As you can see on the right-hand side, it does divide up into a lovely little graph, a visual graph on how their emotions have been traveling over the course of time. So if you are wondering how to access Microsoft Reflect, if I just type in the word reflect, okay, you can see that as a standalone app. In addition to this, you will see the lovely little reflect icon once you've added it via the three ellipses down the bottom of your toolbar if you're going to use that on a regular basis. Word cloud and polls for Microsoft Teams. This is brand new as well, and I've been playing around with this quite a lot in my meetings, and of course I'm going to show you how to access it live because it is quite a fantastic feature if you want to kind of get everyone's word or thoughts into one place. And then we would put a word in here. So I'm going to write in fantastic, submit, and that gets submitted to the word cloud as it goes through. Okay. And obviously The most popular choice is fantastic right there because it's only me. But if users want to vote on a particular word, they just click the little thumbs up icon on the word and it'll become bigger and denser in color. Very cool tool. I know everyone's going to be using that all the time. All right, let's continue on. It's a party in here. What's new in EDU? With just me and you. Create your own Microsoft Teams together mode scenes. This is fantastic. Look, I've got a lovely little GIF right here showing how you can do this. But if you ever wanted a virtual seating plan, or maybe you're doing a bit of hybrid learning, you want to bring a cohesion to your environment, you can now create your very own together mode scenes in Microsoft Teams, okay? So you don't have to use the pre-assigned together mode scenes. This is a lot of fun for staff and students. I'm actually using it as a virtual seating plan. Halloween came and went, and I had my own very own Halloween scene. And of course, Christmas came and went by the time you're engaging in this, so you can make your very own Christmas nativity scene for next year, which is very exciting. Now, we also have an updated search result page in Microsoft Teams. A new search experience will make finding messages, people, answers, files faster and more intuitive, right? And this is pretty much rolling out right now. Hopefully you have it in your tenant. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Teams can get quite big if you're in multiple teams, especially as the year goes on. And they've made it a lot easier to find your content and conversations, your people and your files using AI-powered relevant-based search algorithms. Top hits provides a new search results section, making it easier to search and find information that you need by introducing top hits on Teams. So that's coming very soon, again, using AI powered algorithms to help you find your content and people faster than ever before. Apps and assignments are here as well. Yes, which is really, really cool because now you can not only add Microsoft Word documents, you can add PowerPoint documents, you can add any kind of apps that are turned on with your tenancy, so whether that's Flipgrid, hopefully Minecraft Education Edition soon, whether that is Kahoot, it depends what is turned on within your tenancy. You can see a few apps right here as well, but very easy to add your very own apps. All you have to do is create your own assignment, okay? And then next to the assignment creation will be a new section called apps. Right? You'll see a new little button here called apps, and depending on what apps are turned on through your tenancy, you can actually assign an app to your assignment as you go through there. We also have group assignments. They are here. New group assignment feature. Students can work together to create and collaborate and submit one assignment as a whole group. And it also allows you to individually grade or group grade these assignments. Now you can see in this lovely little GIF demo that I have right there, they're adding a whiteboard as a group assignment with a reference material for sample projects, and all students get assigned the one copy of that particular document that are in that group. You can mark them as a group or individually grade them within that group, which is really, really fantastic. You can also automatically assign the groups or manually assign the groups depending on how many students you have within that group as well. Whiteboards are also in assignments right now. Educators will soon be able to add Microsoft Whiteboards to assignments. Now, when they say soon, what we mean is right now, which is super cool. And again, that is really easy to do. All you have to do is click New, and you can see here we have a new whiteboard section that allows you to add your very own whiteboard to a Microsoft Teams assignment. Demo whiteboard. Let's do that one. Click Done. And then I can have this so it's a reference-only whiteboard. So I can set this whiteboard obviously up in advance. Or I can click the three ellipses and make sure students can edit their own copy, which is super, super cool. So check that one out there as well. And I probably didn't mention this one in my PowerPoint deck, but this is really cool. You can now assign video instructions to your assignment, okay? So not only can you write the instructions, as you can see right up there in the top, but you can also record yourself explaining the instructions for those visual learners right there. And every time they open up their assignment, they need to listen to your instructions and see you explain those instructions. You can do that right here. Now, that's going to be great for online and hybrid learning. Even if you're doing synchronous learning in the classroom, you might want to explain the instructions again and have them up on Microsoft Teams so you don't have to reinvent the wheel next time you distribute that assignment. So do check that out. Whiteboard and video assignments are here in Microsoft Teams. This is great. Cortana is now available in EDU markets, including Australia. Now, you may be thinking, Cortana? I don't use Cortana. Look, I didn't either. Let's be honest. I just didn't. But this is actually a really useful feature if you're using Microsoft Teams on the mobile experience. And what I'm going to do really quick is show you exactly how this works, right? Now, I'm mirroring my mobile to the video just to show how Cortana works via the mobile version of Microsoft Teams. Now, you will see this lovely little microphone button that you can see right there on the top right. This is great. There's so many things you can do here. Share my deck with Adam.
All right. Which PowerPoint should I share?
The first one.
Should I share this?
No, don't share it.
Okay, I won't share that.
Isn't that fantastic? There's just so much that you can do with Cortana in Microsoft Teams using the mobile app. Just see what it can do. Who knows? You might need it one day when you're out in bus duty and it's pouring rain. You can't type your phone because it's wet and there's water and it doesn't work, the touch screen. Anyway, I'm not pulling from past experiences at all. Presenter mode is now in desktop or window sharing, which is super, super cool. You've probably seen this for a little bit right now, but you can now mix up how you present if you're doing a Microsoft Teams meeting. You can put yourself in the presentation, you can put yourself out of the presentation, you can do a bit of a news webcast. There's all forms of lovely ways to present. I use these all the time, and now you can also use these as well. We also have presenter mode in standout in PowerPoint Live, which is a little bit different to what I just showed you on the last slide right there. And I'll show you exactly what this means. So PowerPoint Live enables users to independently go through the PowerPoint deck, and it also gives you more of a back-end view. And you can quickly put yourself within that presentation using this tool. And I will show you exactly what this looks like. So if I go back into my Microsoft Teams, open my calendar, we're going to join this meeting, okay? No one's in here. But if I click this share button and I open up the What's New in EDU deck that I'm literally just sharing in this video, okay? That's going to upload it to the cloud so everyone has access to the copy during a Microsoft Teams meeting. That allows them to independently go forward and back. But more importantly, it gives me a back-end view of exactly what's coming up and any notes that I have on the right-hand side of that deck. Now, on the top right-hand corner, this is the standout view. Now, it won't let me enable that solely because I'm using my camera right now to make this lovely presentation. But by hitting that button, will put you in the presentation. So let me turn my camera on. Oh, there we go. And I can put myself right here in the presentation. Look at that. I can be in the video within the PowerPoint deck. That's a video. Isn't that fantastic? And as we go through, I can go through and be in that presentation, have a full back-end view while my attendees just see me in the presentation. Very cool tip. Play around with it. Turn it on, turn it off, do what you need to do. It's very cool. I use it all the time. All the time. Okay, let's jump back into it. Breakout room, pre-meeting room creation, and participant assignment. Look, this is one that's been waiting by people for a long time. Breakout room, pre-meeting room creation, and participant assignment. I know people have been waiting for this one for such a long time. Let me show you the magic of pre-assigning of breakout rooms. So here I am in the back end of Microsoft Teams. I'm going to open up a meeting, okay? And you will notice, again, at the top of our meeting in the back end where we can customize everything, there's a new little section called Breakout Rooms. By clicking Breakout Rooms, we can do some wonderful things here. We can create up to 50 different breakout rooms by clicking the Create Room button. I would like 5 for this demonstration. I'm going to add those rooms right there. Getting created. And there they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I have attendees, I can assign those attendees to those breakout rooms in advance. I can also assign up to 10 managers of those rooms, so I don't have to go and sort everyone out, jump in, jump out if someone's lost, move them around. You can have ushers, so to speak, looking after your breakout rooms, and this can all be done weeks and months in advance before the event actually takes place. So pre-assigning is here, very easy to access via Microsoft Teams. Now, we do have to keep going, because I'm going to run out of time. New assignment experience and separate window for breakout rooms. This is really cool. I get a little frustrated sometimes when I'm trying to assign people to different rooms and it was kind of wedged over there on the right-hand side. Now it pops out in a separate window. So I have a bit more space to play around, search through the names that I'm doing manual assignment. Maybe someone came in late and I didn't get to pre-assign them. You can actually now do a little bit more. There's some improvements that have come, such as timers and clocks are rolling out to breakout rooms as well. So you can learn more about that. And of course, as I mentioned, this manager support is here. So you can actually have managers or ushers helping you with those assigned breakout rooms, which is fantastic. Now, improvements to reading progress is here as well. We have more languages, 37 languages now supported. Great little passages for special education, for mainstream education, for adult literacy and English language learners, or ELL, have been updated to the lovely reading progress. And ReadWorks is also available now in our reading progress tool. So if you weren't at the last Edu Day, we did talk about reading progress, how it's a fantastic tool that aids with reading fluency. But now we have the lovely reading sample library provided by ReadWorks. It is in American English, just FYI, but there's hundreds of passages right here that you can utilize. You can send out, and you can also customize these in a future update and, make a few tweaks to those passages. But definitely check that out. There's plenty of great passages that I literally use all the time, and they're not confined to the American English. They could just be general passages, so which is really, really great as we go through. Return assignment for student revision is here as well. Student sends in an assignment, you revise it, provide some great feedback, constructive feedback. You can return that for revision before the student actually turns in their assignment. So that's a great tool. That is a fantastic tool, much needed in today's teaching and learning context, especially when students are doing more big picture learning, more PBL learning, rather than, a black and white mark. So more about the journey, which is fantastic. And filter assignments by class, also by popular man. Educators can filter their assignments by the class in the main assignment view. So if you're looking for a particular class assignment, rather than having all of your assignments from all of your classes, you can now filter that. I love that feature, by the way, because I have a lot of classes, and just to see what one class has in terms of assigned assignments is a fantastic little addition. There's an all-new whiteboard in Microsoft Teams as well, so definitely check that out. So when you're hosting a Microsoft Teams meeting, you can enable the brand new streamlined Microsoft Whiteboard, which has plenty of learning templates, also the ability to upload your own PowerPoint and Word documents. Now, these are some notable mentions that I'm going to quickly fly through in the interest of times. We're making the Microsoft Teams experience even better. So, our ongoing efforts to improve Microsoft Teams, you'll notice between switching your chat and channels is faster with the recent upgrades. So just watch that space. It's more of a, subtle upgrade that's happening over the course of time, but Microsoft Teams should get a little bit faster when you're moving around. Start a new chat in a brand new window. So every time you make a new chat, you can set the setting so it pops out in a brand new window as you go through there. You can reply to a message in a chat too, which is absolutely awesome. So you can right-click a message and click reply to that message, so you're referring to something that's maybe been bumped up the chat quite some period of time. We have new keyboard shortcuts for Teams for personal use, if you are using Microsoft Teams for personal use. You can also turn on starter recording automatically, which is great as well. You can also turn on live transcription as you go through and never miss a beat. Let's face it, everyone's forgot to start a recording in a meeting before. You can avoid that from this point onwards. Automatically adjust microphone sensitivity. If you're like me and yell while you're talking for a living, for some strange reason, you actually have Microsoft Teams automatically adjust your microphone sensitivity now. You can do that in your settings and devices and turn that on. Look, I've turned that on because I am such a loud person. We also have give them the spotlight. Sorry, I mentioned auto record meetings. Organisers and presenters can now spotlight multiple people, which is very, very nice. So you can kind of make your own stage show depending on who's doing the presentations. And of course, can't go past download attendance reports that you can do during or after the meeting right now if you need those attendance reports. Isolated audio feedback capability, so if you're doing a production or an assembly and you just need to pull the voice out from the background noise, you can do that. Great for event organisers. Up to 25,000 members in government contracted teams, which is cool as well. And of course, calling custom music on hold. What a fantastic feature. I've been using that quite a bit just to show you some of my amazing calling music.
Bowser baby, I coop a crown right under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Bowser baby, so hurry to the castle tonight. Bowser baby, I'll go cat into
Hey, feel free to explore that. Each to your own. Who knows? Okay, Office updates. Let's go through a few Office updates. There's a brand new and improved Microsoft Office app that launched just late 2020, so it's been out there for quite some time, but if you haven't been using Microsoft Office in terms of iOS or Android, do check out the Office app. It's literally just called Office, and they're constantly improving that app. I noticed now that you can actually take voice memos within that app. You can transfer files between devices, PC and phone. You can take text from an image. You can take an image and turn it into text, believe it or not, if there is text on that image, of course. Sign a PDF, all sorts of wonderful things, and it does sync to your Office.com cloud as well, so you can access all of your favorite Microsoft Office suite applications via that app. Microsoft Stream app. Don't know if you're aware, but we actually have a Microsoft Stream app, which is available for iOS or Android devices, which enables you to swap between the rear and front-facing cameras while recording, annotate videos while recording, enhance videos while recording by drawing, adding text, applying filters, or even adding emojis and image stickers. And you can record multiple clips, rearrange them, and then trim them all in this app. It's literally like a little video editing tool. So if you use Microsoft Stream, do check out the Microsoft Stream app. PowerPoint gets more inclusive. We've actually rolled out Immersive Reader to not only PowerPoint for the web, but also OneDrive and SharePoint as well. So if you're a huge fan of the inclusive features of Immersive Reader, you can now access them in PowerPoint for the web, OneDrive, and SharePoint. We also have Designer, which I'm not sure if you've heard of or been utilizing. I love PowerPoint Designer because it uses the power of the cloud to come up with some fantastic design ideas. So if you're horrible at designing things like I am, use PowerPoint Designer. Type the word clouds in right there. You can see on the right-hand side, using the power of artificial intelligence, it brings up some fantastic design ideas. And look, they are really fantastic. Like to make this, I would have had to go and grab a camera and a phone and go film the sky. But now I have a video. It's all Creative Commons, by the way, FYI, that I can start my presentation with. That's really, really appealing. We also have the ability to export a PowerPoint into a Word document, which can build any Word document into a PowerPoint presentation without you having to do a lot of the heavier lifting. It uses the power of artificial intelligence to transform your Word document into a PowerPoint. It's absolutely sensational. What does that look like? Let me show you. If I go to File, Export, okay, you'll see the button that says Export to PowerPoint Presentation. Click that button. It will scan your presentation for bullet points, themes, icons, and a color scheme. And then if I click export, it will take all of my writing from that Word document and turn it into a fabulous PowerPoint presentation. And then you just click open presentation. And as you can see right here, it's even added some fantastic graphics to my bibliography, some lovely pictures here, and I can go through and use Designer in combination with this to make it a bit more inclusive and a bit more appealing. For example, I like that one a little bit better. So check that out. Export your Word documents into PowerPoint presentations for Word for the web. All right, very important. It is Word for the web. We also have Rehearsal Coach, which is actually in Microsoft PowerPoint as well. And it's been updated to include body language. So if you're crossing your arms or not looking at the camera, it will give you some vital prompts if you're saying words like or repetitive words while practicing your PowerPoint presentation. It will also pull you up on that as well. So under slideshow, click Rehearse with Coach, and you can also drop down and select body language or turn on your coach settings. So pace, filler words, pitch, and pronunciation. Let's rehearse my new Amazon Rainforest document. Start rehearsing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my lovely green slide on the Amazon Rainforest, which has nothing on there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Doesn't this look fantastic? Not sure what to say. Oh, I did spell that wrong. Uh-oh, try not to use too many filler words like Sorry, Rehearsal Coach, maybe. Oh, don't use like. If I speak really slow and start reading my slide out. Unfortunately, though deforestation is now widely discussed, the systematic deforestation of the rainforest has, try to avoid reading the slides, summarize your key points. All right, that is Rehearsal Coach. It will train you up to become a better presenter and provide you real-time feedback as you're rehearsing. Now, when you end your Rehearsal Coach, it will give you some fantastic statistics on your pronunciation, repetitive language, inclusiveness, your originality, pitch, and tone. You can find it all right there within Microsoft PowerPoint for the web, for the mobile version, and also for the desktop as well. Presenter video recording is also within Microsoft PowerPoint, which allows you to make your own lessons via that PowerPoint presentation using the inbuilt video recording tool. Super handy, super useful. You will see in a future update a record button on the top right-hand corner of your PowerPoint. By hitting that button, that will present you with this lovely back view that you can see. Hi. And from here, I can record my content, annotate on my content, turn my camera on or off by hitting these buttons, or turn my microphone on and off, and then export that as a video. So it's its own little video creation software within PowerPoint itself. Very cool. And you also have your notes up here, by the way, if you're looking to know what to say, right? Maybe you're not doing it off the cuff. So that is the new, obviously, and improved recorder feature built into Microsoft PowerPoint itself. Break out of the norm. We have OneNote breakout templates. Don't know if you've checked these out before, but if you're looking to get people into Microsoft OneNote, go to aka.ms/OneNote breakout. These are like escape rooms, but for Microsoft OneNote. You have to go through a series of number of activities and escape the OneNote template, which is really, really fun. Great way to teach students and staff how to use Microsoft OneNote by gamifying the experience there. Now, I know we mentioned that Immersive Reader is now available for PowerPoint for the web, OneDrive, and SharePoint, but it's also available for the mobile version of Microsoft Teams. So if you need those accessibility support options on your mobile device or your tablet, you can use the iOS or Android Immersive Reader support right there in Microsoft Teams itself. We also have collections in Microsoft Forms, so you can now organize all of your forms into lovely little collections so you can find them and keep them relevant to that subject area, English, mathematics, HISI, for example. Super excited about collections. Now, let me show you how to do that because it can be a little tricky to find. But if I open up my office.com experience, okay, go to my Microsoft Forms portal, click, you will notice that you have to go down and click All Forms, okay? And then, once you do that, you will notice there's a button here called New Collection. Now, you do have to click that All My Forms button. We also have improvements to Microsoft Word, including annotate your private copy. Keep your tools handy, including the new Action Pen. Jazz up your files and emails with the high-quality stock images and backgrounds that have been added to Microsoft Word, including the cutout people, probably my favorite. Level up your writing with the new editor tool that we have in Microsoft Word there as well. And type with your voice. We have a fantastic Word Office application that's built into that Office native iOS and Android app, and it is all voice enabled. I actually use it all the time to dictate a lot of my documents. So do check out all of those fantastic updates to Microsoft Word, especially if you're jumping into the world of thinking with ink, which is fantastic. Now we have a new board view in Microsoft Outlook. So if you're an Outlook user, do check out the new board view. I love it. I completely love it. You can see in that lovely little screenshot right there, you can view your calendar from day, week, month, and then under that, now you have a section called board. That allows you to put all of your important aspects onto one cohesive space. Very whiteboard-esque, but solely aligned to your email. So places, events, and files and contacts can all be customized on that lovely little Outlook board. We have increased the learning tools matrix that you can see right there. We've almost filled it out, a little bit to go, but head on over to ak.ms/learning tools flyer if you want to grab a lovely, fantastic flyer. Not this particular flyer, but another flyer that does go through some lovely features of our accessibility and inclusive learning tool availability. And you can see right there, Microsoft Edge is one of our latest aspects to join our learning tools matrix. Really cool to see the accessibility come across all throughout Microsoft's suite of applications. Look, one of my favorites, there's a brand new surfing game in Microsoft Edge. It's been there for quite a while, but you probably don't know about it unless someone's told you about it. So this is how it works, right? You literally go to your browser, type edge://surf, and probably one of the best time killers you can find on the internet. It's built into Edge itself. It allows you to go surfing. Oh, look at this, Christmas Wonderland. This is skiing this year. They've changed it because it's Christmas. Well, it's Christmas at the time that I'm testing this. Maybe it goes back to surfing by the time you give it a go. There's a bit of homework for you. Edge://surf. I absolutely stacked it on a Christmas tree. That's not a good way to start 2022. And last, we have some Minecraft Education Edition updates that I'd love to share with you. The GOAT update, which is fantastic. It's the greatest update of all time, by the way, GOAT. And there's a lot of great things that come to Minecraft Education Edition. New mobs, blocks, and features for all users, caves and cliffs, icy ranges, and of course, goats. It is the GOAT update. New experiments, new mobs and new tools, new flora and fauna features, expansion and multiplayer to support up to 40 players. I thought 30 was enough. Quite hard to manage 30 kids that are super excited in Minecraft world. But hey, let's go 40! New ways to share game photos. That's really cool. Improvements to structure blocks. You can actually now save models in Minecraft so you can place them down again at a later world, at a later date, which is really, really cool. And new skin options for flair and sense of inclusion for the player characters within that world. We also have a new Hour of Code world for Minecraft Education Edition called Timecraft, which is super exciting, where you get to choose your own adventure, or the students do in this regard, by exploring key moments in human achievements using your coding superpowers, save the future by solving mysterious mishaps. And if you want to check out Timecraft, we're going to supply some links so you can go and explore this in your own time. Great for history, geography, computational thinking, programming. I love this Hour of Code event. You actually have to go back through a series of different famous human achievements. You know, maybe the painting of the Mona Lisa, maybe the NASA moon landing, maybe a bit of paleontology research. And you have to go and correct different things within times. Maybe the pyramids built a square and a cube instead of a triangle. You have to go and rectify some of these mishaps in time. So do check this out. There is a very in-depth teacher prep and lesson plan in an introductory video. There's also a copy of the coding solutions if you're not a coder and just beginning, but also an educator guide there as well. So one of my favorite things about this year's Hour of Code is that there's just so many resources available for Timecraft. And if you want to get even more immersive and more kinesthetic with the lesson learning, there's also associated Kahoots that relate to each one of the timeline activities that you can do and quiz with your students, and they're already made and free for you to utilize. Now we have some miscellaneous updates that I'm quickly going to go through. MakeCode Arcade, so check them out. They have immersive reader built into them. They've been redesigned from the ground up, and there's also some fantastic skill maps that you can do with your students if you're looking to get started with coding. We also have Cloud Sync for MakeCode Arcade, so you can sign in using your Microsoft account, start at school, continue at home, and you don't lose any of your progress. So let me show you what some of those look like. MakeCode.com. That will take you to our Microsoft Coding website homepage. Arcade.makecode.com is where you'll start. And you can see right here, we have some fantastic skill maps and tutorials to get you started. And if you sign in using the top right-hand corner, you can carry your progress certificates and badges, which are now available in the latest update, wherever you go. Check out arcade.makecode.com. We also have these improvements to the Microsoft Education Center, which will be soon moving over to Microsoft Learn, but more on that in just a moment. There are brand new courses that are constantly being added to the Microsoft Learn Education homepage / Educator Center, and they are moving over to the one-stop shop called Microsoft Learn. You can actually see here we're constantly updating all of our content with new content. So you have staff that are looking to upskill themselves in the world of productivity. This is a fantastic place to direct them. There are hundreds upon hundreds of courses here. I always come here to upskill myself. Now, speaking of Microsoft Learn, we're going to put a lovely little link to direct you to Microsoft Learn on the screen or via the chat. And this is your new place to obviously come and learn. Now, one place I want to really point out is the new Educator Center that you can find right at the top here on Microsoft Learn. This is brand new. And you can see here we have product guides, highlighted educator programs, educator training and professional development. It's your one-stop shop, really, to come and find anything that you need in the world of Microsoft, though. Do check that out. It is the Educator Center in Microsoft Learn, which is soon bringing over the Microsoft Educator Center. So do check that out. The Educator Center will soon bring all of that content into one lovely home. And that's it. That's everything that I could fit in under the course of 40 minutes. There's obviously so much more that has landed, but hopefully you've been inspired with some of those product updates to do more with technology and hopefully giving you and your staff more time back in terms of productivity. Thank you so much for joining us here for What's New in EDU. My name is Andrew Balzer, Microsoft Learning Delivery Specialist for the state of New South Wales. It's been an absolute pleasure presenting to you. My contact details on the screen if you need me. Otherwise, have a fantastic start of the year, and we'll see you very, 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 very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.